Let me show you how to make homemade hibachi. First of all, you want to start off with some vegetables. So for my hibachi, I just used some zucchinis. I did shred the skin off of it a little bit. I just like the way it looked, but that's totally up to you. It's your preference. I put it in a bowl so I can wash those off. Put them in a hot skillet, drizzle some olive oil on them and some nature seasoning, and just let them cook for a little bit on low. They'll do what they do. You know what I'm saying? Trigger warning. I got one rib eye. This was enough to serve 2 people. It's a huge rib eye. And another trigger warning because these are some boneless, skinless chicken thighs, but y'all already know I still went ahead and cleaned them off, trimmed any fat, removed anything that I didn't want to eat off the chicken, and patted it dry. I went in with some seasonings. I used some sazon, onion and garlic powder, a little chicken Montreal, and then a half a pack of sazon because I just needed to use that anyway. And I mixed that together real good. Now, for my hibachi recipe, I am doing teriyaki chicken, teriyaki steak, and white rice and zucchini. When I go to the hibachi spots, I just be wanting teriyaki chicken and steak. I get the little combo. Y'all know what I'm talking about. In a hot skillet, you want to go in and add your chicken thighs, your seasoned chicken thighs to the pan and let those cook fully until they are done. Don't forget to check on your zucchini. I just added a little teriyaki drizzle sauce on those. My jasmine rice is cooking in the back. If you want to learn how I make rice, go search the videos. It's really simple, quick, and easy. And again, your chicken should be basically done. The internal temperature should be 165 degrees Fahrenheit. And the reason I'm saying basically is because you are going to add it back into the pan. So after about 8 minutes or so of it cooking, I went ahead and moved it to a cutting board so I could chop it back up. And I'm going to add it right back in the pan so it can finish like cooking and things like that. So don't eat it here. You know what I'm saying? Like, never eat raw chicken or anything that's raw for real. I don't know, but don't eat raw poultry. But I added it back into the pan, added some teriyaki sauce, and let it cook. Now we're gonna move on to our steak. Yes, I did clean off my cutting board. Okay. I added some onion powder, garlic powder, and steak seasoning. That's literally it. I patted it in on both sides. I did the same thing, used the same seasonings on both sides. Again, this was a big ribeye. It was enough to feed 2 people. And you'll see how I did that in just 1 second after I finished cooking it. But again, lightly season it and put it in your cast iron because y'all know, if you know me, this is the only way I like to cook my steaks. So you could add the butter to it, the thyme, and all of that good stuff. But because I was adding my teriyaki sauce to it, all I did was just cook it in some butter and some neutral oil. After about 3 or so minutes of it cooking, I removed it from the heat. You see how raw that is? Do y'all like y'all steak like that? And I just let it rest for about 5 minutes on a cutting board before I absolutely cut it up like that. And I went ahead and just chopped it up, trimmed off any of the fat that I didn't want to eat. And I added it back into the pan, drizzled it with some teriyaki sauce, and let it cook for another like 2 to 3 minutes. I still didn't overcook it. The steak was about medium to medium well. I just wanted to get more flavor into it and to finish cooking it because I don't eat raw steak. But if that's your preference, that's your preference. My chicken was done by this time. The rice, zucchini, and the steak. Went ahead and plated it up, and that's how it came out. Look at y'all. This was homemade hibachi. Literally, teriyaki chicken, teriyaki steak. And this was literally enough to feed like almost 3 people. Seriously, though. But yeah, this is how I made homemade hibachi. Try this recipe out. Bye.